everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for clicking on this video and watching. If you subscribed after the last video, thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you haven't, please click that subscribe button so you can join me on my journey through 2026. I know it hasn't started yet. However, I'm already starting to work on my goals for 2026. So in the last video, I talked about how I was potentially changing my degree major and what I'm trying to do with my career goals. So I would like to eventually work from home. I want to try to make a slightly, I know it's not super aggressive. Some individuals will make it like a 4 or 5 month goal or make it a year goal where they get to fully work from home, fully run their own business. However, I'm not going to be that aggressive. I'm going to be slightly aggressive. My goal is that by Thanksgiving of 2026, I want to be able to work from home at least 1 day a week, which means show up to work in person 4 days a week, work from home 1 day a week. So a few of the ways I'm going to do that is that I want to try to build up different forms of revenue. So I'm going to have my main job still. I'm haven't gotten into investing yet. Right now, I am building up, a few savings accounts to try to start, building up some interest in that because that's, going to be one form of revenue. I would like to get back into door dashing at some point. I may or may not do that. I do want to relaunch my Etsy store, and I am going to look into other online businesses. I know there's different things you can do. You can start your own, online coaching courses, do your own coaching videos, different things like that. I have gotten my certification to teach English as a foreign language. I haven't done much with that as I've checked out different platforms. You can do it with some. It's very little pay at that point. If you are doing it is because you do have a passion for it. Which, if that's great. That's great if you do. That's wonderful if you do. And then there's other platforms where if you do it, you do need to have a teaching degree, or with some, you have to have any kind of a bachelor's degree in order to teach English as a foreign language on their platforms for those countries with those schools or learning institutions. So there's different things I'm looking at. So yes, I would like to get my Etsy store back online. I do plan on building up my YouTube channel more. I know I haven't been on here as much, but I want to change that. I'm also going to be trying to stream more on Twitch. And I do want to, try to build up maybe some kind of small side businesses, because even if I don't have one or two big ones, I could build a few. And that money does add up. If you have 3 small businesses and you're making, let's say $200 off of each of those, that's an additional $600 a month. And then you're doing stuff on Twitch, you're doing stuff on YouTube, you're doing stuff on Etsy. And also, I might be getting into some investing. I'm not sure about stocks yet. I have been looking at different stocks that pay out dividends. Also, I kind of want to get into real estate. I don't have a large chunk of change to go out there and buy a house and start charging rent on a house or apartment, etc. However, I know that there are different platforms where you can buy a slice of that real estate, kind of like buying a stock. However, it's eventually those properties do get sold. So there's different ones where it's like, oh, they might hold on to that property for 5 years. So at the end of the 5 years, you get your initial investment back, but you've also been getting paid dividends throughout those months. And yes, you do have to pay some maintenance fees, etc. However, also at the end of that time, it does appreciate. The value of the houses do appreciate. It's going to appreciate differently than, say, a stock would. A stock, as long as the company exists, the stock is going to exist. The house, once they sell it, okay, yes, you get your money back. You're no longer making money off of that. But those are a few different ways that I do want to try to build up different streams of revenue in this coming year. I'm already starting to do stuff now. I'm already starting to work on stuff now. So that way, rather than wait until 2026 and be like, okay, it's January 1st, I'm going to work on my goals now and work on my plans. No, I'm starting now. I've actually been starting the past few months to do some of that stuff. The past few weeks, I've been starting to do some of that stuff. And within the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be doubling down hard on some of those stuff. Yeah, some of those things, sorry, as well as doing research into some of the other items. So if I want to get into some of that real estate, I do got to work a little bit to get that money saved up, but I also want to do my research before I start investing into some of that stuff. So the things I do, these are things that a few things that I'm looking into doing. This is not any kind of financial advice for anyone. Obviously these videos are my own journey, and this is not professional advice. This is not advice at all, for entertainment purposes only. I know sometimes you have to put that disclaimer in there, so I just want to let you know this is my journey that you can join me on if you choose to. So if you haven't already, please click that subscribe button so you can see my progress on my journey to building hopefully my own businesses or something and potentially working from home part-time at least by Thanksgiving of 2026. I would love to say I want to work from home full-time by the end of 2026. I would have to be super aggressive and work so hard round the clock. The only reason why I'm not doing that, I know there's people that put blood, sweat, and tears into doing that. So many people do that. The reason why I'm not being as aggressive, I'll be honest, full transparency. I used to hold a salary position. There were times, salary for where I worked, it was 45 hours a week. However, that's what you're getting paid for. However, yes, there's gonna be weeks that there's 50 hours, weeks that there's 55. Yes, it's understandable. But it was getting to a point where I was working 6 and 7 day work weeks, 60-hour weeks, sometimes even 70-hour weeks. Now you're getting paid for 45. After years of that, I gave away, and I'm not saying it was a bad job. I enjoyed my job at times. However, I gave away the second half of my 20s. I gave away the first half of my 30s, and I want to enjoy my life. So I could be like, I'm going to buckle down this year and just build something so that way I have my financial freedom at the end of 2026. However, I missed out on enjoying a lot of things in life for a decade, and I'm trying to. You can't get that time back. You can't get that time back. But I do want to be able to experience some of the experiences that I missed out on during that time. So I'm trying to capture that. Once again, I know you can't get the time back that's lost. However, I want to enjoy my life moving forward. So yes, I could work aggressively and hope that I build up something at the end of 2026. But right now I want to balance that out because I have given away my free time literally for free, without any compensation for it. So that's why I'm being slightly aggressive. I plan on building something by the end of 2026 so I can work from home at least 1 day a week and work, in an actual in-person job 4 days a week. That's my goal minimally. I know I say ultimately, but that's my goal minimally. If I accomplish beyond that, like let's say I have it where I only have to be in person 2 or 3 days a week, that's amazing for me. But minimally, my goal by Thanksgiving, this Thanksgiving of 2026, which is less than a year from now, is to be able to work from home 1 day a week. So please join me on my journey. We can cry together when I hit those barriers, and we can celebrate together when we hit those milestones. So stay tuned, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next video. And hopefully I'll have some kind of updates in the next video of some steps that I've taken since I've done these videos. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.